Hello friends, today we are take the information of 11th Science, subject Biology, Living World. Myself is Kamal Shah, working as assistant teacher in Sheikh Ajay Shah Junior College, Nawapur, District Nandurbar, Maharashtra. First of all, we see the meaning and definition of biology. Biology word is coming from two Greek words. Bio means living and logos means to study. So definition of biology is, it is a branch of science deals with the study of living organisms. Dear friends, we already know planet Earth is made up of abiotic and biotic component. Biotic components means living beings and abiotic components means non-living things. To understanding living, we conventionally look for the characteristic features of living organism which distinguish them from non-living matter. All the living organisms and non-living matter have one thing in common, that they are made up of some basic elements. And both are also subjected to the same physical laws such as gravitation, magnetism, radiation, action and reaction, etc. Still, the living organisms are different from the non-living matter on the basis of some fundamental characteristics such as presence of protoplasm, cellular organization, nutrition, metabolism, growth, reproduction, response to the environment, etc. Later on, we see the details of all these characteristics. Due to presence of protoplasm, which is site for all the vital activities. Vital activities means what? The activities essential for survival. All these activities is taking place into the protoplasm of the cell. So Huxley in 1863 called it physical basis of life. So for understanding the living organisms, we see some basic principles of the life or characteristics of living organisms, also called as the features of living organism. So first, definite shape and size. All the organisms have definite shape and size which may change within a narrow range. You already see different living organisms on the surface of Earth. For example, dog, cat, human being, etc. They have definite shape and size. See here in picture, the deer. The shape of this deer is definite, also size is the definite. Similarly, in picture, there is a presence of different flower and the shape and size of this flower is definite. Okay. Therefore, the living organisms are called morphous. That is, morphological forms. While the non-living matter is called amorphous. That is, formless. In short, we can say that the living organisms have definite shape and size. On the other hand, the non-living organisms are formless. Next one is a growth. The definition of growth is a permanent and irreversible change in the size of a cell, an organ, or whole organism, usually accompanied by an increasing in dry weight. a permanent and irreversible change in the size of cell, an organ, or whole organism. See here in picture. When we saw the seed in the soil, then from that the seedling is developed, and that is the changes is taking place in the cell, an organ, or whole organism by increasing the dry veg, and it is permanent. The term development is applied to the whole series of changes which an organisms go through during its life cycle development. See here, the seedling size, shape, and then the developed plant. The series is taking place is called as a development. Changes is taking place is called as a development. The growth of the living organism occur by cell division, cell enlargement, and cell differentiation. In animals, the growth stops after certain age. However, cell division occurs in certain tissue to replace the lost cell. So in animal, growth stops after certain age. But cell division occurs in certain tissues to replace the lost cell. In plant, the growth is continuous throughout their lifespan because at the apical regions of root and stem, there is a presence of meristematic tissue, and this cell tissue, they never lost the ability of the cell division. They continuously divide and redivide. That's why the growth is continuous. Non-living objects also exhibit growth. That is, they show increase in body weight and size. For example, mountain, sand, mount show increase in size and body weight. However, this growth is due to deposition of matter from outside, means in non-living organism, the growth is eccentric. On the other hand, the living organism, the growth is due to increase in matter from inside, means in living organism, the growth is eccentric. Then the other features is reproduction. All the living organisms have a property to produce of their own kind of processes of reproduction in order to avoid extinction due to the death. In other way, the ability of living organism to reproduce themselves and produce the young one, these are exactly similar to themselves. Thus, it is always said that like begets like. By way of reproduction, parents pass their characters to their offspring. The process is continued from generation to maintain the heredity. Living organisms reproduce asexually as well as sexually. Asexually means what? Alaingik punarutpadan. And sexually reproduction means what? Laingik punarutpadan. Asexual reproduction is by fragmentation, by budding, by asexual spore, by splitting up of the cells, etc. And sexual reproduction is by fusion of gametangia, by fusion of male and female gametes, or even by fusion of somatic cells as in some higher fungi. Fusion of male and female gamete. And there is a formation of the offspring. And like begets like means The organism produce the young one that are similar to themselves. For example, human being give the birth to the human being. Dog give the birth to the puppies, etc. Non-living organism cannot reproduce and replicate by themselves. So another characteristic is metabolism. So definition of metabolism is the exchange of material and energy within an organism or between an organism and its environment. Or it means all chemical reaction that occur in the living cells. It includes anabolism. It is concerned with the building up or synthesis of complex substances or making of new molecules from simple ones. During this process, the free energy is stored in the form of potential energy. For example, synthesis of carbohydrates from CO2 and H2O in presence of light and chlorophyll during the process of photosynthesis. फोटोसिंथेसिस क्रिया में सिंपल थिंग्स कौन कौन सी है? CO2 plus H2O, formation of or synthesis of the carbohydrates. There's a formation of 6 oxygen molecule and 6 H2O molecules. See here, carbohydrate plus water in the presence of sunlight. That is the formation of glucose by the process of photosynthesis, and this process is taking place into the chlorophyll pigment. Another one is a catabolism. It is concerned with breaking down of complex substances into simple ones. During this process, potential energy is converted into kinetic energy, which can be used for various activities of the organism. For example, oxidative breakdown of respiratory substrate to release energy during respiration. फोटोसिंथेसिस की क्रिया में जो ग्लूकोज तैयार हुआ है वो ऑक्सीजन की मदद से ऑक्सीडेशन होगा and there's a formation of 6 CO2 plus 6 H2O and there's a release of huge amount of energy and it is stored into the 38 ATP molecules. On oxidation of one glucose molecule, there is a formation of 38 ATP molecules. And this process is taking place into the cell organelles, is mitochondria. Both anabolic and catabolic reaction occur simultaneously in living cell within different organelles. For example, photosynthesis in chloroplast and respiration in mitochondria, lipid synthesis in smooth endoplasmic reticulum, etc. It is possible only because of the compartmentalizations of the protoplasm by different cell organelles. So in protoplasm, there is a presence of the different cell organelles and each and every cell organelles that is responsible for the different process. Another characteristic is cellular organization. Living organisms have different organ systems to perform different functions in coordinate manner. Each organ system have different organs. Each organ consists of different kinds of tissue to perform specific function. The tissue are made up of similar or dissimilar cells, and each cell is regarded as a basic structural unit of life. Furthermore, each cell has different cell organelles to perform intracellular function. And due to this type of organization, the living being is called organism. See here, the organism in that different system is present or organ system is present This organ system is made up of by different organs. The organ is made up of by the tissue, and the tissue is made up of by similar or dissimilar cells. And in the cell, there is the presence of different cell organelles, and these cell organelles are responsible to form the different functions. We already know the structural and functional unit of the organism is a cell, and they are responsible for the formation of the organism by formation of tissue, organ, then organ system, and different organ system. They are responsible to form the organism. Then next one is the homeostasis. It is a self-regulatory mechanism of maintaining favorable internal condition for uninterrupted chemical reaction in the living system despite changes in the chemical environment. Or in other way, we can say that to maintain the internal environment constant is called as a homeostasis. For example, thermoregulation. Next one is a response and irritability. The visible change or reaction of an organism produced as a result of applied stimulus is called as a response. On the other hand, the ability or power of an organism to produce a response to a stimulus is called as a irritability or sensitivity. One of the example is the folding of leaves to touch me, not plant, due to external stimulus of touch. See here in diagram. When we touch, the stimulus is touch. On the leaves of touch me not plant, then the leaves of the touch me not plant is closed. Means when a stimulus is given to the particular living organisms, then they show the response. Then another one is the movements. All living organisms exhibit movements. Animals can perform locomotion, while plants show movements of their parts. For example, bending of stem, opening of flower bud, closing and opening of the leaves. So the stem is always moved towards the sunlight, and root that always move towards the soil. Means in plant the movement is same, but in animals they perform the locomotion. Then healing and the repair. All living organisms heal their wound or repair their broken parts. For example, fractured bones are rejoined by local growth. Cambial activity replaces ruptured epidermis by periderm, etc. Next characteristic is energy utilization. All living organisms obtain energy directly or indirectly from solar radiation and utilize it for metabolic activities. The next one is extraction. The useless and harmful waste product produced as a result of metabolism are thrown out of the body by the animals. The plants either store the waste product in their tissue or thrown out of the waste product in the form of gums and resins. नाइट्रोजनस वेस्ट मटेरियल शरीर के बाहर निकालने की क्रिया को क्या बोलेंगे हम? एक्सट्रैक्शन. अभी नाइट्रोजनस वेस्ट मटेरियल कब तैयार होते हैं? मेटाबॉलिज्म के दौरान. और शरीर को क्या होंगे? वो हार्मफुल एंड यूजलेस. उस फिनोमेनन क्या बोलेंगे? एक्सट्रैक्शन. देन एडेप्टेशन, अनुकूलन. Environment is never constant and tends to undergo changes with time. All the living organisms have the inherent ability to change. The ability of an organism to undergo change for better adjustment with their environment is called as a adaptation. Next one is the evolution. Living organisms gradually get modified into new varieties, races, or species with time due to natural selection. जिस तरह से वातावरण में चेंज होगा उसी हिसाब से क्या होगा, ऑर्गेनिज्म में भी स्लोली चेंजेस होते दिखेगा. उसे क्या बोलते हैं हम, इवोल्यूशन, उत्क्रांति. फॉर एग्जाम्पल, man has evolved from primitive ape-like species through numerous stages. See the stages, how the human being is evolved. Now, step by step, there is the changes is occur. And on the surface of earth, the organism is, new human being is developed. The next one is the lifespan and the death. All the living organisms take birth, grow, reproduce to perpetuate their species, and after the completion of their lifespan, they die. Death is the termination of the functional life. It reduces the number of individuals in population to avoid overcrowding caused by reproduction. पृथ्वी पे हर एक सजीव के नंबर्स मेंटेन रखने के लिए और ओवरक्राउडिंग अवॉइड करने के लिए ना कौन सी कैरेक्टरिस्टिक्स है, डेथ. इट इज इंक्रीज द ऑर्गेनिक मैटर which is broken down into simple form, which are ultimately broken down into inorganic element such as hydrogen, oxygen, nitrogen, carbon, phosphorus, sulfur, etc. to continue biochemical cycle. Thank you.